Raider Nation, what's going on? You guys are watching the Raiders Report, and we have some breaking news here. Henry Ruggs is going to be charged with DUI resulting in death. Now, everything that you're about to see on the show has been, in fact, verified and has been reported by LVMPD. So, what's our job here on the show? Give you guys Raiders news and rumors, even if it is as bad as this. So, Ruggs, he was involved in a car crash at 3:39 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Police report has at least one person is dead, and he's going to be charged here with DUI resulting in death. Now, I have 3 tweets here from LVMPD, and I really tell every Raider fan right now, this is probably going to be a Twitter account that you guys should add to your list of who to follow, because they're going to be keeping you guys up to date. On November 2nd at approximately 3:39 a.m., the LVMPD responded to a traffic collision near the intersection of South Rainbow Boulevard and South Spring Valley Parkway involving a Chevrolet Corvette and a Toyota Rav4. Responding officers located the Toyota on fire. Fire department personnel responded and located on deceased victim inside the Toyota. The preliminary investigation indicates the front of the Chevrolet collided with the rear of the Toyota. The driver of the Chevrolet, identified as 22-year-old Henry Ruggs III, remained on the scene and showed signs of impairment. He was transported to UMC Hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Ruggs will be charged with DUI resulting in death. Now, when I was first trying to figure out everything to the show, I was like, man, I want to get all the details before I give you guys the information. At the end of the day, whether it's good news, whether it's bad news, I'm going to keep you guys up to date. If you bleed silver and black, if you're a diehard Raider fan, if you want the truth, if you want the news, if you want all the good stuff, please go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report. We're getting close to 100,000 subs. Why? Because not only is our channel a fun and entertaining show, and I guarantee this, I'm going to be doing a live show on Sunday. If the Raiders would have made a trade, I would have been celebrating, and that's the stuff I like to do, but this is also part of the job. You got to be able to come into work every day. You never know what's going to happen, so make sure you never miss anything, because I don't want you to be that guy. Hit the big red button that says subscribe and turn on those notifications. So the wreck happened at around 3:40 a.m. The location was Las Vegas Valley area, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe it was Henry Ruggs when all these pictures started coming out, because like, oh, it's not near Henderson. It doesn't sound like it's Ruggs. Now, the fact that Ruggs was treated for non-life-threatening injuries, obviously I'm glad that Henry's okay. Obviously I'm glad that everyone in his vehicle, if there was other people in the vehicle, are okay. But at the end of the day, somebody did pass away, and that's something that I think a lot of people need to be able to realize here. Now, here's what TMZ had to say on Ruggs, and this is actually really important because David Chesnoff is one of the top criminal attorneys in Las Vegas and actually in the United States. A law enforcement source tells us that at least one person involved in the car crash has died. Ruggs' attorney, David Chesnoff, tells TMZ Sports, on behalf of our client, Henry Ruggs III, we are conducting our own investigation as of this writing and ask everyone to reserve judgment until all the facts are gathered. And I do want people to do the exact same thing. Reserve all your judgment until everything, and I mean everything, is gathered here. But the fact that he is being charged with DUI resulting in death. Here's a tweet from Deshaun Reed that said, per Nevada law, a DUI resulting in death is a Class B felony. If convicted, penalties include 2 to 20 years in prison, fines ranging from $2,000 to $5,000, a 3-year driver's license suspension. To be honest, $2,000 to $5,000 for Ruggs, nothing. Driver's license suspension, probably a good thing. But 2 to 20 years in prison. We're not only talking about his NFL, his Raiders career potentially being over. I mean, you hate seeing this. He's got a young daughter. He's got a girlfriend. They might be married, but he's got a lot of family, and it's sad. I really think Henry is a good kid. He's a good person. He's made a lot of really good decisions in his life. He made a very bad choice, which led to an even worse incident, and now he will have to pay the consequences, I believe. Now, here's the statement from the Las Vegas Raiders that was just put out on Twitter just a few minutes ago. The Raiders are aware of an accident involving Henry Ruggs III that occurred this morning in Las Vegas. We are devastated by the loss of life, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the victim's family. We are in the process of gathering information and will have no further comment at this time. So as soon as we got this information, we went live. That's our job here on the Raiders Report, to be able to give you guys everything that's going on. Now, it also makes it a little bit interesting because the NFL trade deadline is also today, and when I've been live here, and I've been live for over an hour, the Raiders still have a job to do. Rich Bisaccia, Mike Mayock still have a job to do. This team is 5-2 at the current moment. You are in first place of the AFC West, and if the playoffs were to start today, you would be the number 2 seed. The loss of Henry Ruggs, it sucks on so many different levels, but you need to be able to go out and make a move because you have 3 wide receivers right now on your roster. You have Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards. I have confidence in all 3 of those dudes. But with players out there like Allen Robinson, OBJ, Brandon Cooks, I personally think you have to pick up the phone and give him a call. N'Keal Harry's another name to keep in mind. James Washington's another name to keep in mind. Deshaun Jackson if you're looking for a burner. I hate even talking about this stuff because I didn't even want to think about a world where Henry Ruggs wasn't going to be in the silver and black. But that's the reality of this situation. And the Raiders, Mayock, and this team has a responsibility to themselves and to the nation to move on and make a move. So, let me know down in the comments a receiver that you think the Raiders could go out and potentially trade for before the NFL trade deadline, 4 p.m. Eastern time today. Now, I do want to send some well wishes, prayers to the victims' family. So I want everyone right now to type prayers, because this is always just one of these situations where a lot of people don't know how to handle it. When I was live earlier, I talked about a situation when I was 16 years old and a week before my mom was getting ready to get married. She lost her husband-to-be in a motorcycle accident because of poor judgment on his part. This impacts so many different people throughout so many different situations, and not that I know what the victim's family is going through, not that I know everything, but I do have at least a little bit of an idea, and at the end of the day, you need support, you need people around there. So I want everyone right now, we are a family. Let's show some love to the victim's family. I want everyone right now to go ahead and type prayers. So Ruggs was in a car crash again. Police reported at least 1 person dead. We are live here on the Las Vegas Raiders Report. Daily videos every single day around everything that you guys are potentially looking for. Now with this news coming around Ruggs, I personally don't believe that he is going to be playing this week 9 up against the Giants. I also don't really think that he's going to be playing another game in a Raiders uniform, and if I was going to take a guess, I think his NFL career is done, which is obviously very upsetting for a player who was drafted number 12 overall in the 2020 NFL draft. He struggled as a rookie, and he was having himself one hell of a year. He was leading the team with 24 catches for 469 yards, 2 touchdowns. His amazing 4.27 speed, it was all there. Now here again is a tweet from the LVMPD on Twitter. On November 2nd at approximately 3:39 a.m., the LVMPD responded to a traffic collision near the intersection of South Rainbow Boulevard and South Spring Valley Parkway involving a Chevrolet Corvette and a Toyota Rav4. Responding officers located the Toyota on fire. Fire department personnel responded and located the deceased victim inside the Toyota. The preliminary investigation indicates the front of the Chevrolet collided with the rear of the Toyota. The driver of the Chevrolet, identified as 22-year-old Henry Ruggs III, remained on scene and shown signs of impairment. He was transported to UMC Hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Ruggs will be charged with DUI resulting in death. DUI resulting in death in Nevada is 2 to 20 years. It's also a $2,000 to $5,000 fine, and he's going to lose his license for 3 years. Now, just like Ruggs' attorney said, we're going to be trying to break this all down for you. There's going to be a lot of investigations that end on happening. And before I get out of here, I want you guys to subscribe. I want you to turn on those notifications, because whether it's good news, whether it's bad news, you can get all the information that you're looking for around the Raiders here on the Raiders Report.